Thanks, Brett, for doing this. I appreciate it. I know you got a lot going on. I know you've been on a plane all week, so I appreciate you taking a couple minutes to talk about this. Um, I'm going to just jump right in if it's cool.
Sure.
If you could talk about you, your company, your trajectory, things that have been going on with you for the last handful of years.
Yeah, absolutely. So 1111 Systems is roughly 3.5 years old. We started growing through inorganic measures. We did about 8 acquisitions over an 11 or 12-month period. We're roughly 1,300 employees across North America, EMEA, and APAC, and we focus on 3 main core areas of managed service business, which is what we call cloud connectivity and security, things like backup as a service, DR as a service, and other security product sets to support our clients' IT environments.
Yeah, as role of CEO, you're involved in a lot of different things, and I bet CEO had a different shape when it was acquisition 1 versus acquisition 8, right?
Yep.
So, do you want to explain how you connect with Envative?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, so I had worked with Envative previously at another company that I've started called HFN, and before that a company called ITS, where we had Envative do custom software development for us, creating internal systems that we could leverage and utilize for our business. As we started to develop 1111 and roll up the acquisitions, one of the key areas that we needed to start with Envative was helping us with diligence on some of the acquisitions that we were looking into. And some of that diligence would be systems that the acquisition company was running, ways that we can integrate internal software development with the go-forward solution sets that we were looking for. And since that time, it's expanded into not only diligence for potential acquisitions, but also leveraging the internal systems that we've created and helping us write, additional custom code, whether it's for third-party software like Salesforce and others, or just the internal proprietary systems that we utilize today. So we've used them in a litany of different ways.
Yeah, so if I could just encapsulate too, so the challenges for you in this version of our relationship was a lot of integration, right? Because you were acquiring companies at a breakneck speed. They had a bunch of different systems, and we largely did mostly back end and integration stuff. Now, I know it's difficult to do, but is there any either subjective or objective ROI of working with a company like ours? I mean, I know it's silly because integrations do it, right? You replace these manual processes with these back-end automations. But as a leadership C-suite team, how do you just decipher those ROIs?
Yeah, so we have our own internal software development team that manages our proprietary systems, but the ROI that we see the most benefit for is when we're doing an acquisition, integrating as quickly as possible is key, and we just don't have the complete resources to do everything on our own. So third-party development teams assisting us to integrate quickly is a major part of the acquisition process. If things get derailed or take longer, it's just not beneficial to the acquisition that we're doing. So the ROI, I would say, is different for every single project that we're doing. Is it an acquisition? Is it a new deployment, a new service? So there's so many different ways that we can do it, but most of the time, what we're seeing is dramatic savings for us utilizing an Envative when we're doing an acquisition, as opposed to just hiring more and more staff to do it. It's just the timing, it's the cost overall are just more beneficial when we're looking at those types of software applications.
Well, so Brett, there's hundreds of opportunities to pick another engineering firm because we met in New York City, but there's in Houston. So what helped you decide to pick Envative over some other engineering firm?
I'd say first and foremost, the team that Envative has on staff is just as good as the teams that we have seen in a lot of other internal organizations. Also, the ability to scale up and down is critical, and most importantly, our industry, right? So going to someone and having to teach them about what we do, even though you're developing code and software, without knowing the long-term challenges and the ultimate goals, it's difficult to partner with a group that just doesn't have that expertise. And it's easier said than done. Of course, there's a lot of places out there, but the fact that we've been partnered in some capacity for over 15 years at this point just makes it easier to understand that the team are going to come in, look at what we're doing, understand is it an acquisition or a new internal system deployment that we're trying to roll out, and we are comfortable with the fact that the team can run with it without needing for us to babysit them every step of the way, which is a huge piece. We just don't have time to do that. And we're very comfortable with the team that Envative has put together, both from a technological perspective and just simply understanding what the ultimate goals of the business are.
Yeah, again, I don't want to speak for you, but the feedback we get too from our internal teams for 1111 is that your team and our team speak the same language. So we've got a very seamless process. Where it's more typical where someone who's not a technologist has to learn that software process, and we try to be sensitive to that. Our two teams just meshed so quickly.
Yeah, it's kind of set it and forget it, right? I mean, obviously, we keep our hand on the pulse of everything. It doesn't matter who the vendor is, but the fact that we can explain once what we're trying to do and then offload it to your teams, knowing that it's going to come back with a quality product, is super important for us.
So I'm going to just dovetail into the last question. Would you have any issue recommending Envative to anybody that might be listening or watching this video case study?
No, absolutely not. I think we would obviously recommend to as many people as we possibly can, as long as it doesn't take away from the business that you can do for us. No, but 100%, we would absolutely recommend Envative. And I think most importantly is the fact that you're able to scale with us with the needs that we have as well. So there's been small projects, there's been huge projects, and there's never been pushback from Envative on the type of project that we're doing. And you've been able to easily jump into any of the things that we're looking at doing. So I would 100% recommend Envative to as many folks as we could.
Thanks so much, Brett. And I appreciate you taking time to do this. Enjoy the weekend, because I know you're traveling all week.
Yes.
And I just want to say thanks again for taking this time.
Anytime.